is Kamini Luyanda, and I'm here to solve some math problems. The first one will be negative square root of x, which will then be equal to negative 7. The first thing that we'll do in this problem is remove the negatives in both sides. What we will do is divide by negative 1 and divide by negative 1 both sides. What will happen, this negative will cancel each other with this negative, and this will cancel with that one. What we will be left with is the square root of x, which will then be equal to 7. What we'll do after this one is say x is equal to half. X is x to the power half is equal to 7. The square root of half is the same as x to the power half. If you were to remove the 2 here, you will bring it here and make it the denominator and make it 1 over 2. Once you've done this, open a bracket, x to the power half, close the bracket, and say to the power 2. This 2 will cancel with this 2 and say is equal to, open bracket, 7, close the bracket, to the power 2. What we'll be left with is x is equal to 49. That is the final answer. The second problem. The second problem will be the square root of x minus 1, which is equal to 6. The first thing that we'll do here is remove the square root. There is a simple way to remove the square root. The simplest way is to open a bracket, put the square root inside and say x minus 1, close the bracket, squared is equal to, at the other side we will do the same thing, 6 squared. What will happen will be x minus 1 is equal to 36. X is equal to 36 plus 1. We took the 1 over the equal sign, thus the negative turned into a positive. The final answer will be 37. The next one will be the square root of x plus 12, which is equal to x. Just as we did in the last time, we'll say bracket, square root inside, x plus 12 squared, and in the other side we'll do the same thing. We'll be left with x plus 12 is equal to x squared. We'll take the x squared and bring it over the equal sign, which will be negative x squared plus x plus 12, which will be equal to 0. Divide by negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, and negative 1, as well as negative 1. We'll be left with x squared minus x minus 12 is equal to 0. open two brackets, 0, put x here, put x here. The negative here means that the signs will not be the same and that the larger number will take on the sign negative. We'll look for the numbers that when we multiply them we get 12, but when we add them or subtract them we get a -1. First of all, we put a plus and we put a negative. Then we put a 4 and we put a 3. But if we say 4 minus 3, we get a +1. Therefore, we cannot say +4 minus 3. That is why this one is wrong. Instead, we will do this one. X minus 4 and x plus 3, which will then be equal to 0. At the bottom, we'll say x minus 4 is equal to 0, or x plus 3 is equal to 0. Then we'll take this 4 and bring it over here. It will be x is equal to 4. And in this side, we'll say x is equal to -3. These are the final answers. This part, all of this part is wrong.